What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna do a 7-mile float down this beautiful river. We're out here in Southwest Ohio. I'm having fish breaking. So actually what I'm gonna start off here is I'm gonna start off throwing, it's dawn here. We're gonna throw, before we hit and launch downriver, we're gonna fish up a little bit through here with some topwater. I was out yesterday and I got my PB 18-inch Smallie, and I got that on the mag draft right here. I mean, he absolutely murdered this. I didn't have my GoPro, but man, I just smashed a PB Smallie. Look at that, on the mag draft. I was just fishing here. Look at this beautiful, beautiful fish. I mean, look at that thing. I mean, absolutely stunning. Look at that thing. For sure, that's definitely a Fish Ohio. But today we're gonna throw a couple different lures. I'm gonna start off again with some topwater, just a nice chopo in that sexy shad. Let's hit the water. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's get it. So we got a little bit of a grass pad up here. A little bit of a hit. All right, off to another section. So I had one missed strike on the top water, so that's a decent start. So we are fishing today. The waters, I usually fish around this area when it's a hair lower, but it's a little bit higher up. And so the water's moving a little quicker than normal, but we're still gonna see what we can do. Depth here, you can see we're about 2.5 feet through here, so it's a pretty shallower section. But I'm just gonna kind of quickly fish as we come through here, see if we can't get anybody hanging off by the sides here, and just kind of power fish through here. Try and just get anything we can. But I've been having a lot of luck and success on this top water to kind of start things off, and then when I get going, I'll also use a swim bait. So sometimes I'll have it miss the top water. And what I'll do is I'll follow up with a swim bait. So we're about 3 feet here, so this is a pretty good depth here. We're kind of right past that ripple area where it kind of deepens up. And I know this section, this left side's a little bit deeper than the right. Ooh, big old deer in the morning. So you can see here, this is a little bit of an eddy. You can see how the bubbles are moving. Kind of have your current and then it's circling back. So this would be typically a good spot to target. Had a couple of hits on the top water, but no cigar, didn't hook them up. Been a pretty quiet morning otherwise, so I stuck with the top water. It's just been so fire, like it's been amazing, and I wanted to stick with it. Overcast, so maybe I thought I could extend that window a little bit. But we're going on now, kind of in the, you know, it's 8:30, so we've been on the water now for like 2 hours, a couple bites, nothing crazy. I'm not quite sure about this stretch of the river too. I'm not quite sure if it's like a super productive one, so that could be it too, or I'm just not on today. So what I'm thinking here is I'm gonna Trying, if there's anything with like brush or cover, I'm gonna throw the Ned rig in there. And then if I'm more open water, I'll kind of use the jerk bait and the swim baits, the variety of sizes, to kind of just try and find them, just search them. So as you can see here, I'm gonna swing you around. We're coming up now to a bridge section. There's an island and it kind of splits there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way up through there. There you go. Not a good hook set, but on the board. Around here. A little bit of a rocky. We don't knock it over. There's a little one, but it's a start. Dude, that's a nice one. All right. Just landed a nice one. That's a nice one there. Choked the craw. It's been a while. Been a very slow morning, but that's a beautiful one. I was just fishing past the concrete kind of slabs in the water, and I just threw it in there and kind of was just slowly drifting through, and he smoked it. And it was a pretty cool fight. He's got a little belly on him. Pretty coloring. Let's get a little pick and we'll get him back in the water. Off he goes. All right. Just another one. Little guy on the crawdad. On the crawdad. Small ones here, but it's nice to get two on the board in this little last strip. Another one, small guy, but they're crushing this little one here. So what I'm doing is basically it's a little craw pattern, Z-Man craw. It's on a weedless Ned. gentlemen, and with that one, we're gonna call it a day. That's successful. It was a tough go, but we got on them today. Get a pick of this one, and we'll call it. Yeah, little guy. All right, guys, there you have it. It was a long 7-mile stretch here, and we ended up pulling about 7 out. Biggest one maybe about 16. Caught that in a nice deep hole, but definitely conditions were tough today. It was warm, hot out, nothing on topwater. Had a couple missed strikes, and then we actually switched over to some Ned rigs. So I was throwing some craws out there, some on a swim bait, and now we're midday. It's a beautiful Saturday, but definitely having to deal with a lot of just crowds. So summer's upon us, so make sure you get out there early and keep beating the water. If there's a lot of people out there, find the holes, find the riffles, get down, try and get down there with some Ned rigs, maybe some jigs, but whatever you do, go on fishing. It's a great day regardless. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe, and until next time, get out there, throw a line in, let's have fun.